Hi Capricorn, welcome to your reading for the 20th to the 26th of April 2020. Just like to remind you that this is a general reading and may not resonate with everybody, but hopefully you can get something out of it, a message or an understanding. And if not, then, hopefully you will be able to find some answers from another source. But I'm wishing you all the best. And just wanting you to continue to be safe, look after yourself. Okay, so here we have your overall energy for your reading. Sorry about the slow start. We'll get straight into it now. So falling in love suddenly, being swept off your feet, the need to stay grounded during a very emotional experience. So the Prince of Summer, so he's very much, having to readjust our emotions there, Capricorn, because, a lot has happened and there has been a lot of, emotions that have, we have pent up emotions that have sort of been growing and growing and growing, and because we've all wanted to sort of step up, and you've wanted to step up and be strong and just keep your level head, because that's what you should be doing at this time, it may not have allowed you to have to let things go. And so what's crossing that is strength, and we have the grace and inner strength needed to overcome challenges, the power of kindness and forgiveness, time to embrace how wonderful you are. Oh, that's so beautiful. And we've got a number 11, which is the master number 11, which is the old soul. So the old soul is really about being empathetic, but be empathetic to yourself as well. But having the faith that things are going to get better, having respect for others. It's having that intuition and that insight, and you've definitely, and the grace. So you definitely had that. And here we have, this is you, Capricorn. This is the card for Capricorn. So this is, this is definitely, this reading is about you, and based on you, and there is a focus on you. And you have been at a point where you have been unable to maybe make a decision, so you've let things just go and sit. So this is a stalemate card, and where you really just don't know which way to go. But we'll see how that eventuates through the reading. This is your mindset. So we have the King of Summer here, a romantic partner you can trust. Excellent advice that comes from the heart, and getting involved in a cultural or creative endeavour. So you're wanting, so you're looking for support from your significant other, and if you don't, then somebody that you do consider to be quite close to your heart. And as it says, excellent advice that comes from the heart. So you're wanting to have around you, or have access to somebody who really gets you, that understands where you're coming from, and what what your concerns or your joys or your wishes, or anything, challenges, anything that's coming up for you. And this you may also want to get involved in other things, because perhaps during the lockdown you've actually felt like you haven't been able to be as social and as included and part of a group, and you're wanting to go back to that, or go to that. So here we have the Six of Pentacles. So still in your mindset there, Capricorn, and you are hoping that that you can continue to sort of be be productive, be able to provide for those around you, and to also have some balance within this. So there is that really coming to grips with what's going on for you in a resourceful way. So those hopes are, that mindset is great. It's certainly going to give you some impetus to move things forward here. And here we have the basis of your reading, which is cautious but wise action, meticulous attention to detail and kindness to others. So yeah. So it really does, it comes down to practicality, doesn't it, Capricorn, really? Because, if you don't sort of rush off on a tangent, if you sort of just take those first few steps and just be very, observe what's happening, just be a little bit cautious, a little bit aware of what you're doing and how that's happening, that you aren't going to sort of let people down or anything like that, and that you really need to get everything lined up. And and also show kindness out there. Now here we have the King of Pentacles, so we have that earth energy, and that's, can be the Capricorn energy as well. And King of Pentacles is about having a firm grip on your resources. It can be money, it can be business, it can be just the resources that you have to hand. But this is having a firm grip on them and having that experience and that understanding so that, you're able to work with those resources. So that's great because that's the basis of it. So in the past you have been looking after others, you have been, wanting to have, have lots of beautiful things around you, have that, as it says, luxury. And, the Empress is all about rebirth. It's about, bringing things into fruition and just really being able to bring in the harvest. And you have found that you have been juggling a little bit in the past, maybe, the flow of money has not been consistent, and that you've been, and you should be feeling quite proud of yourself because, even in this emotional times, you've been able to sort of go, okay, where does this go? Where does that fit? Nice. And this is the immediate future for you, Capricorn. So you've got the High Priestess. So we've got intuition. We've got the two, which is balance. So you've got a trust in your intuition, careful reflection before taking action, insights that come through meditation. So here we had before, and at the basis of your reading was this cautious but wise action. Attention to detail. So this is still going to be this is definitely the case, and this is what's happening at the moment. So just really think before you speak, think before you act. Get all the knowledge that you can, all the information that you can get together, and then but part of that also is trusting your intuition. So if it feels too good to be true, it is, and if it feels right, it is, and if it feels wrong, it is. So just remember that. And then you have the Page of Cups. So you're having to relearn how to be sort of an emotional, letting your emotions out. So maybe over this time you've actually stepped back and not been too emotional because you've needed to be practical and on board. And this is saying that you can start to now allow those emotions to come through. So that's a really gentle, loving, a beautiful energy there, Capricorn, because it is about sort of just letting yourself open again, letting yourself trust again. And this is you. A windfall of money, advice or assistance from others, a very successful project, a happy change in your career. So yes, you are in a position you will, and because this is the future coming up, or the events that are coming before you that you have yet to come through, and this is saying that you will be taking on projects, you will be starting things, you will be sort of you're going to get things all aligned together so that everything starts to work, and where you may not have been able to do that, you're able to do it now, and you're enjoying it. You're really, really enjoying it, and you are, maybe looking at changing your career, maybe because of what's going on that you've had to relook at where you're working and what you want to do. This can be that opportunity to start your own business as well. So because this is all earth energy, which is your energy anyway, Capricorn. And here we have the 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. So 9 of Pentacles. So yeah, wow. Resource abundance. You are going to be able to start bringing in the money there, Capricorn. You've got this beautiful, yellow colour, which is happiness, which is, self-esteem, self-worth, really just starting to build up those resources and bring them into your environment, which is fantastic. And this is you. How you sit within the situation, and this is the information that can help you but which may also be difficult to hear. Speaking the truth with kindness, and indigo child or adult. So what this is saying is that you need to be able to sort of listen, you need to be able to listen as well. So, and you may be getting advice that you may not think is the right advice. And you need to be realistic about that. You need to be practical about that. And you need to be able to not, sort of like poo-poo someone's ideas and say, no, that's rubbish. Really take the time, to find out the information. And as you had in the immediate future, you had the High Priestess, who was about collecting all the information first. So before you sort of dismiss an idea, Capricorn, please take the time to really have a good look at it. And here we have Judgment. So things will come right, because that is the Judgment card is all about, what has to happen happens. So things will fall into place, things will start to happen as they're supposed to happen. Now that to me also says that you need to find the balance in is taking action but not pushing too far and too fast, so that the outcome is not as desirable as you want, because things will actually come into alignment. And here we have your hopes and fears. So your hope is justice. So you're hoping that things do work out as they should do and as you feel they should do. You got the number 8 there, so you're wanting some power and some abundance. And this says take the time to review the details carefully. You will win in the end fair and objective decisions. And that's good, because your hope is that, and that means you're on the right track of that cautious but wise action and meticulous attention to details. So you're definitely, your mind, what you're wanting is definitely there. So that's going to hold you in good stead. And here you are, that you're wanting to just take a risk, just to try new things, and just step off into the unknown. And maybe this is about starting a new business, becoming self-employed, where you want to do it your way, and you've realised that. And in saying that, just make sure that you follow that sort of making, just being a little bit aware of how you can step off, but just be a little cautious when you're doing it. I know that's counterproductive or counterintuitive to this card, but to me it really is about taking a risk but being well informed for it. We can still do something that really takes us out of our comfort zone, but we make sure that we're in the right place, and you will be in the right place, because you have 21 the world, so you have a brilliant success. Now 2 and 1 is the goddess energy, and the goddess energy is about manifestation. It is about finding your magic, just bringing in all those things that you've dreamed about and desired and wanted. And this says a brilliant success, the freedom to go in any direction, a journey that is now complete. So yes, the world is also about a cycle. So things are being, doors are being closed because they've needed to be, but that's in order for you to step into that new energy of success, which is really, really beautiful. And yeah, you've got the Knight of Wands, so you've got that full-on energy of getting those projects done, that's taking action. There's a lot of energy behind the Knight of Wands. The Knight is all about action. It's all about getting things done, and the Wands is about business, about projects, about just really getting things moving forward. So yeah, you are going to hit the ground running, but in a very sort of knowledgeable and connected sort of way, and connected to the practical, connected to the logical, as well as the but this can happen, and I can make it happen energy, which is great. I'm going to pull 3 cards just to see, get a little bit more before we end the reading. And the first card is the Abraham Hicks Law of Attraction. The second card here is Talking to Heaven. So this is a message from our loved one. And this is the Major Arcana from the Dreams of Gaia Tarot. Let's see what message comes from that. Okay, so get those in so we can see them. Here we have, I can transform my own world. So there is that, it's exactly in line with the reading that with those cards we've just looked at. Capricorn, because it's saying that what you believe you receive. You know, you can have whatever you are wishing upon, because you have the world in your hands, and you had the world as one of your outcome cards. So you definitely have that ability to make whatever you want. You've got 5 there, which is 10. 10 is the ending, and it's also the beginning. And fives are freedom and change. So yes, you definitely can do whatever you're got your heart set on. Now, this is your message from your loved ones that are passed over, and it was my time to go. So this, if you're holding on to any sort of thoughts that, it would be really great if you had, that person in your life that's passed over, that they were lots of support to you, that you really relied on them, and, and really just cherished their strength. Now, this is saying to you, Capricorn, that they are still there, that their love is still coming through, their support is still coming through, they are still there for you. So just think of them and take the strength that will come through from that, because they are definitely there behind you 100%. And here we have thought. Now, this is an interesting card, because thought means it's along these lines as well with this card, because what it's saying is that, do we actually exist, or are we just a figment of someone's imagination or somebody's dream, and are things as you think they are? So just, because what gives anything tangible energy is our thought about it, is the way we see it, and what attention we give to it. So to me, this also represents, what you focus on grows. And so that's what I was saying earlier in the reading, that if you focus on something, then you create an energy behind it, and a vibration that increases it and makes it more likely to happen. So use your thoughts wisely there, Capricorn. Make sure that they're in a positive way, and any time that you feel that you are starting to have a negative thought, be thankful for that, have gratitude for that, because that's going to allow you to sort of look at both sides and say, yeah, that's worth considering, but that is also highlighted to me, the positivity that is there. Beautiful reading, very high energy, and lots of good intentions and feelings coming through from that reading there for you, Capricorn. And I hope you in this time still remain safe and sane, and be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and just look after yourselves out there. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.